You've probably heard a lot about the benefits of letting go of old habits, letting go of old pains, hurts, and grievances, or letting go of relationships that are no longer working for you. If you're like me, however, you would have probably felt that the advice is good, but implementation can be difficult and tricky. We tend to get attached and hold on to the past and not want to let it go. It's easy to say let go, but how do you actually do it? How do you kind of, sever that bond that we have with our past and our identity and who we are and what we've been through and what we've experienced and everything that's creating such a huge part of our own self construct? I'm going to suggest sort of alternative to letting go, which I find works very well, and which is to outgrow. And really, I learned this from my son and by looking at other little children. So this weekend we were, clearing out my son's books, and we brought the whole pile of books down, and we were looking and we were sorting, and there were all these lovely books that I was like, wow, this is great. And my son he knew exactly which ones he wanted to keep and which ones he wanted to give away. And then there were his school books and his drawing books, and these drawings were so cute and I was so attached to them, and he was, ha ha ha, he would look at them, ha ha ha. That was first standard. I don't need it now. Oh, I used to read this in first standard. I used to do this in London. And he was joyfully putting them away, very clear that this was first standard. Now he's in fourth standard, he doesn't need it. This is what he used to play with, but he no longer plays with it. I don't do train tracks anymore, and put it away. And here my heart was going, oh wow, no, these are such great things, let's hold on to them. But he was clear. This was first standard, now he's in fourth standard. So what he had outgrown those books and those toys, and he knew what he needed. He just let go without even, saying I need to let go of my books and toys. He knew he had outgrown them. He was a fourth standard boy. And so I'm wondering how we can, bring the same energy and spirit of outgrowing to these same three things: our old habits, old pains and grievances, and old relationships. So could we just look at our old habits, the habits that we want to so-called change, and say, okay, that was me then, I was doing that then, and I'm going to do something different now. Can we look at our old pains, grievances, hurts, and say, okay, I was hurt then, that was sad, that was traumatic, that was painful, but I'm different now. I'm at a different point. I was in first standard, now in fourth standard. I can choose to feel differently about this. Same with relationships. Can we say, okay, those were my friends then, that was what I chose, those were the connections in my life, and for a variety of reasons, I might choose something different now. Or they might have chosen something different and let me, by myself, and I'm still okay with that because I'm at a different place in my journey. Now, the key point, two key things that struck me about the way children outgrow so effortlessly is, one, they don't make their past wrong. So when my son was going through his books and toys, it was not that he never went through, I was such an idiot in first standard to play with train tracks, and now train tracks are meaningless, they're stupid. I no longer see that was a lowly way of functioning. No, there's no sense of wrongness associated with your past. Rather an acceptance that was very vital and crucial to who you were then, but it's not now. And so it doesn't have to be carried on along with you. The other thing that really struck me about is that there's no superiority either. It's not like fourth standard is better than first standard. Although I realize that it's sort of there, inherent in the word growth, that you're getting into something better and grander. But if you look at nature, for example, moving from one season to another, it isn't like you don't have to make the current version of you or who you are right now in a way more superior to what it was then, rather looking at what worked then and what was important then in first standard and now what's important in fourth standard. And the easiest way to do that is, again, to look at kids. Like, who would say a first standard chubby little child is wronger or worse off or less evolved than a fourth standard child. No, the first standard kid is cute, and you were cute when you were where you were, choosing what you were choosing then, with those habits and those relationships and those emotions that you had. And now you are who you are. It's just you're a different version of yourself, and you can embrace this new version of yourself without having to make the old version wrong. If versions again seems to suggest the superiority, look at it as a different location. You've got into a train and it's gone to a different place. It was in the mountains, now it's in the desert. You need something else, and that's a sense of outgrow. So that's what today's video is about, and see if it works for you, because I've been trying this and it really feels far easier for me to implement it from this place than from a place of having to letting go, which just seems heavy. Which, if it works, it's fine, but you can why not try different frames, right? So outgrowing or changing. And please do let me know if this lens works for you, because this is what I do. I like to play and experiment and explore lenses, and I share them with you, and I would love to hear your experience with them, and we could see how we can take this further. Thank you.